It's a bit chilly where I am this morning, so I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're staying warm. We're going to be focusing on hips and back today, so I just had to tilt the camera down because we're going to do a few reclined positions this morning. Let's begin in our child's pose. So this morning we're going to begin with the movement and then we'll finish up with some of the breathing exercises. Okay, child's pose to begin. Bringing your knees wide, sit your hips down towards your heels and start to stretch your arms forward. Relaxing your head. I like doing this child's pose first thing in the morning because it still feels quite restorative. Maybe I'm still half asleep, but I'm starting to stretch into the hips, beginning to get a stretch into your back. And give the hips a bit of a shake, side to side. Just beginning to take deep breaths in and out through your nose. You can stay here as long as you need. Otherwise, we're going to add some movement now into the side body. Walk your hands over towards your right side, keeping your hips low. Sitting those hips down, stretching your arms forward and to the right. Feeling the stretch down your left shoulder and armpit towards the left side body. And then we'll slowly now start to walk those hands back through center and over towards your left side. Just keep going until you get a stretch into the right side body. Breathing deeply. And then slowly coming back to center. Let's make our way into our tabletop for our cat-cow. So just 6 rounds to warm up across your back. Knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, lifting the tailbone up, spreading your sit bones, looking up. And exhale to round into your back, pressing away from the ground with your hands, chin to the chest. 5 rounds, focusing on the length along your spine and your back with the movements, but also noticing any other sensations along your body, in your neck, in your shoulders. When you have completed those 6 rounds, you could do a few more here. We can come back now to center. Okay, and then now we're just going to come into a pigeon pose straight away. So bring your left knee forward, just approximately towards your left wrist, and shuffle your right foot back. Now, quite early in the morning, you're probably feeling a little bit stiff here, so feel free to adjust in whatever way you need. You can bring this foot closer, you could bend this back knee and maybe even just lean over towards your left hip, like a sleeping swan variation. And just trying to relax your chest, relaxing your arms. You could just stay on your palms, you might come down to your elbows, or even rest your head on your hands. Letting your upper body fold forward over this left knee. Feeling the stretch into your left hip and glutes, but also now starting to stretch into that lower back with the forward fold. Five breaths just holding here in this pigeon pose. And then once you've completed those 5 breaths, stay here in the seated position where you're at. We're just going to walk the hands or your elbows over towards your left side so that your chest is facing towards your knee. And as you do this, you're going to feel a bit of a twist here. So twisting gently into that lower back and a little higher up towards the mid back and upper back. But you're also going to feel that stretch into that lower back area and the hip flexors, your right hip flexors. I'm just holding here for 5 breaths. So you can stay on the palms here, you could stay on your elbows, and maybe even keep going until you can feel a bit of a stretch into the side body there as well. And then once you've completed those 5 breaths, you can make your way back to center. Just slowly shuffle your back foot in, coming back into that tabletop position. Give your hips a bit of a shake, shaking it out. And then we'll make it to the second side. So we're bringing the right knee forward, approximately towards the wrist so that it's a little bit wider than our hip. Again, adjust that foot, bring it closer, extend your left leg behind you or roll over to the right hip if you need to. Pigeon pose on the side, staying here on your palms or coming to the elbows. Just feeling that stretch now into your right hip and glutes. And while I'm here, I like to do little neck rolls here to just release my neck. So letting my head just sway side to side. So you could try that and see how that feels. Noticing any pulling in your neck. Okay, and then now we're going to add that side stretch. Bringing your hands or your elbows, walking them over towards the right side, just past your knee. And stopping whenever you can feel that stretch into the side body. Breathing into the stretch, into the little twist, into your lower back, into the deeper stretch in your left hip flexors. Okay, and then slowly coming back to center, or feel free to stay longer in any of those poses. We'll come back to our tabletop position, shuffling the back foot forward and gently stepping our right knee back. Shake it out, shake out those hips. Okay, so now we're going to lie down onto our belly. You can just lie all the way down, maybe through a half push-up or just pushing your chest through between your hands. So we're going to come into a Sphinx pose, bringing the elbows underneath your shoulders. You can have fists pressing down into the mat, or you can spread your fingers, press your palms into your mat. Try to press down into the elbows and drag your elbows in towards you so that you can lengthen into the lower back. Starting to feel that gentle back bend. Relax your shoulders, draw them back and down away from your ears. Breathing into any tightness in the low back, making sure you're not feeling any pinching or pulling. And then now you can slowly come all the way down. Next, we're going to find our baby cobra. Hands are underneath your shoulders or slightly in front. Let's bring the feet a little closer together, about hip width or mat width. No, hip width or feet together, sorry. And then we're pressing into the tops of the feet. We're gently pressing into the hands and pulling the elbows towards our sides. Float your chest up. So we're starting to build a bit of warmth and strength in our back. Exhale to lower down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, gently pressing into the hands, pressing into the tops of the feet. Float your chest. And exhale to lower down. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then now we're going to bring the right knee out to the side. So think of a 90-degree angle here, or an L shape with that right leg. Bringing your knee just in a straight line from your hip, and then your heel in a straight line down from your knee. We're going to open into this right hip, right thigh. Try to push this right hip bone down. Okay, so then you can feel that deeper stretch into the right inside thigh. And you can either just stay here, lying flat on your belly in this position with your hands underneath your chin or underneath your forehead. Or you can add a back bend here as well by coming up onto your elbows. Or if you want a little bit more, maybe even pushing up onto your hands in a cobra pose. But just make sure that you're ready for that. So for me this morning, I need to stay on my elbows. Remember to work with your body. We're just waking up our joints, being gentle as we start to bring movement into the body, not pushing yourself to the edge. Okay, if this is too much still, stay on your belly or your chest and just think of pushing the right hip down. Three breaths. Try to push the right hip bone a little further forward with each exhale. And slowly now starting to make your way back. And now we're going to keep this right leg out to the side. We're just going to flip over. So just wriggle your hips so that now you're lying on your left side. And then all the way down onto your back. So see how this left leg didn't move? It's still there. And now it's bringing, it's across the body. So we can come into a supine twist. Lying onto our back. Bring your left arm out to the side. Right arm and come out to the side. And then you're just turning your head to look towards the right hand. And feeling that stretch along your spine, along your back, along your neck and your throat. And you can use this left hand to guide the knee a little further down if you want to deepen the twist into your back. Five breaths. And now you can slowly make your way back to center by lying onto your back, flipping over, bringing both of your legs back into your chest, giving yourself a bit of a hug, rocking left and right. We're going to find another twist on the same side. So we're coming into a figure of 4 position. You can cross your right ankle over your left knee, flexing this right foot. And maybe just gently pushing the right knee back with your hands. That might already be enough for your right hip and your glutes today. Otherwise, you can lift the left foot up, interlace your fingers behind your thigh or in front of the knee, and just keep pushing the right knee back. Every exhale, you might be able to draw that left knee a little closer towards you. Just getting a little bit deeper into the right hip and the glutes. And we've already been opening the glutes with the pigeon pose, so just notice how this pose feels here. Three more breaths. Okay, and then we're going to keep this figure of four shape with the legs now. Bring your left foot back down. Keep the figure of four shape with your legs. Press your lower back down so it's grounding into the mat. And now drop your knees over towards your left side. So you're bringing the right foot flat onto the mat. Your legs are still in the figure of four shape. And you're going to feel the stretch a little higher up your right thigh and your right hip now. You could just stay here focusing on this. Otherwise, you could come into that twist. Maybe turning your head towards the right, opening your arms out to the side. If you want a little bit more still, you could even use this left hand and guide that right knee a little further down. So then you're going to feel a different stretch into the glutes, into the outside of the right hip and the thigh, but also you're going to get a deeper stretch into the lower back. Now stay here longer, or slowly make your way up now. Bringing both knees back in. Let's switch sides. Figure of four shape first on this side. So we're going to reverse the order. Just doing things a different way sometimes helps us to keep our brain focused rather than always doing the same patterns, the same transitions. You can keep this right foot flat or you can lift it and then interlace your fingers in front of your right knee or behind your thigh. Flex this left foot, push the left knee back, and then pull the right knee in, stretching into your left hip and glutes. Three breaths. And staying longer. We'll now bring your right foot down. Let's come into our twist. Drop your legs over towards the right, keeping that left foot flat on the mat. Maybe turning your head towards your left arm out. Staying here, or using your right hand now and guiding that knee a little further down. Getting that deeper twist. Three breaths. And then slowly making your way back to center. Okay, and so now we're going to start with the supine twist. I'm just going to wriggle over to the left. So I've got enough room. We're going to flip over to come back into that other hip stretch later. So bringing your left knee in towards your chest. Extend your right leg along the mat. Supine twist. Bring that left knee all the way over to your right. Left arm opens out to the side. Trying to press your left shoulder down to open across the chest. Five breaths. Breathe, staying longer here. Otherwise now, let's flip over, keeping your left knee there. Roll over onto your front. So now this left leg is out to the side. Knee is in a straight line from my hip. And you can stay here on your elbows. You could come down with your hands, your arms underneath your head, underneath your chin again. And then try to get that deep stretch into the left hip by pushing the left hip bone down. Stretching into the inside of the left thigh. Into that groin area. And you can add that little back bend. Three breaths. And then slowly now, you can start to bring your left leg back behind you. Okay, let's bring the hands down, coming up onto your fingertips. Just finishing off with a few more gentle back bends and a little Cobra flow. Adjust the position of your hands. Bring them further forward or further back, depending on how open you're feeling now in your lower back. Just like the baby Cobra, press into the tops of the feet. And then inhale to push away from your fingertips, pushing the ground away. Start to lift your belly, lift the chest off. And then exhale to melt your belly, melt your chest back down. Let's do 5 rounds here. Pressing into the tops of the feet, push the ground away with your hands. Exhale to melt all the way back down. Try to make this really flowing here with your breath. Inhale, peeling your chest, peeling the belly off. And exhale, melting the belly and the chest back down. Noticing any clicks or cracks along the spine as we find these fluid movements, waking up the back body. One more round. Okay, and then slowly now, you can bring your hands underneath your shoulders and push yourself up. Come to your closed-legged child's pose. Knees together. Bring your arms beside your legs, rounding forward. Curling up into a little ball. Take a few rocks side to side. And then now you can slowly make your way up. Okay, so we're going to finish off with our breathing exercise now to help us to wake up our mind, to help us create a bit more space in our lungs. So you can do this in a seated position. Feel free to lie down onto your back as well, coming into a butterfly pose to, so with the feet together, knees out wide, to open into your hips. More reclined position can feel a bit more restorative. Okay, but I'm going to say seated. Feel free to lie down. Just stay there for a moment, closing your eyes down, whichever position you've chosen. Notice your breath now. Perhaps your heart rate, your breathing is a little bit faster with those flowing movements. Letting the heart rate and breathing slow down a bit now. So the breathing exercise today, we're going to focus on deepening and lengthening the exhale. We're going to inhale through the nose for 4 counts. And then we're going to exhale through the nose for 6 counts. Bring your hands to your belly. Using your hands to feel the movement with each inhale and exhale. Let's begin. Breathe in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and do 4 more rounds like this in this rhythm, counting in your head. Focusing on the exhale to expel out any tension that is built up over the night. And then with the in-breath, filling your body up again with energy. And just 2 more rounds now. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly letting go of any control over your breath. Your hands can stay on the belly. Observing the rhythm of your breath now and the feeling of your whole body. And whenever you feel ready, you can blink your eyes open, arriving back into the room. Thank you for joining me this morning for your stretch and for the breathing exercises. Hope you're feeling better now and ready to tackle your day ahead. Remember, you can join me again tomorrow morning for some spinal movement tomorrow morning. See you then.